Most of the action so far has been on small, lightweight methods of transport, from skateboards to inline skates, mountain bikes to motorbikes. But when something weighing nearly 5 tons starts performing jumps, you had better watch out. Welcome to the world of Monster Truck. These four-wheeled giants stand 12 feet high, are 12 feet wide and 18 feet long. And to get them jumping over cars, their engines produce some 1,750 brake horsepower. That's over 10 times the power of your average family car. Two of the most famous names in monster trucks are on hand, Bigfoot and Little Devil. As there is plenty of space at the hot farm, these giants are able to put on a spectacular show in complete safety.
We have 6 trucks normally competing, and today we've put on an extreme event where we have BMX, skateboarding, inline skates, mountain bikes, motocross freestyle, and of course the monster trucks. I've been doing stunt work for about 20 years now. I did car crashes, motorcycle jumps, cars on 2 wheels, you name it, I've tried it. And monster trucks was the next step up really. Well, it cost you about 120,000 just to build a truck. And then every weekend you go out, it could cost you a couple of thousand a weekend, depending on what you break. For instance, Nigel yesterday, he did the bottom end of his engine, which could prove very expensive for him. Luckily enough, it was just a bearing which we've managed to clean up and put a new one in. So he should be running again today. We have a company called the MTRAE, which is the Monster Truck Racers Association of Europe. They have a rule book which is maybe 100 pages long, and that tells you all the ins and outs of how to build a truck, what specifications to build it to. So anyone can download that from the website and build that, and then they come to us. They have to have a driving licence. We do an A class and a B class. Every time you drive one of these trucks, it's like being in a car crash when you land. You know, it's not so bad when you're just driving up and down. When you hit the cars, it's not so bad. It's the actual landing when you come down. The trucks have got very, very good suspension on if you land on all 4 wheels or the back wheels, or even just the front wheels. But if you come down sideways, like on a sideways landing, there's no suspension whatsoever. So it really throws you about, and most of the injuries are whiplash, but it can be quite severe. We've been promoting monster truck racing for the last 3 years. In this extreme event that we're doing now, it was something new we wanted to try, because just the monster trucks, everybody loves the monster trucks, but we could see there was an opening for something else, and the extreme sports hasn't been in this area before. And for the first year ever, we've had the double backflip by the motorcycles. Never been done in the UK before. I feel it's been absolutely wonderful today. The crowd love it. The fact that we've had this backflip in twice, you know, one behind the other, not been done before. First for any extreme show anyway. I think we've scored a good one there.
I've had a business for 16 years that modifies street-driven 4x4s. I think there's one the other side of the transport here that Paul brought with him this weekend. And we kind of kept making street-legal 4x4s bigger and bigger and bigger. And one day somebody said to me, you should really build a full-size monster truck. And I kind of looked around the workshop and I had almost enough parts to do it. So we set about doing it. And about 1.5 years later, we had a truck called Wild Child that originally featured in a video for Shane Lynch and Keith Duffy from Boyzone when they first broke up. Because we'd built a truck for Shane beforehand. And that was it. We were into monster trucks, and then we got together with the MTRA in America and set up a Monster Truck Racers Association for Europe. And via the Monster Truck Racers Association, I met up with Ian and Jane. It's about £140,000 to build a competitive monster truck for racing in Europe at the moment, and you can look on spending about half that in a year if you have a bad season in terms of parts. A single tyre is £1,800 plus VAT, a transmission would be about £4,000, and an engine, you don't even want to go there. Some people come into it by getting involved with one of the race teams. Paul, my head mechanic, is working his way towards a drive in a monster truck. That's his ambition. So he comes along, he helps out with the monster truck, he works as crew chief, doing all the jobs I don't want to do. And ultimately he'll end up with a drive in a monster truck. The only other way you can do it is to go out and either build or buy your own monster truck. So some of the guys in the UK have bought trucks from America and got quite good deals on them. Other guys have gone ahead and built their own. So you either buy one or work your way in. I had a number of whiplash injuries. I'm quite fortunate in that, being a fairly stocky fellow, I have a big strong neck, so my neck takes a fair amount of abuse, but usually if I get hurt at all, it's because of a whiplash or something like that. This year I've just started using one of the HANDS devices, the ones that are featured in Formula One, but started off primarily in NASCAR in America. And that's a huge improvement. That really does isolate your neck from any whipping effect. It just moves with your body, so that's been a great help this year. Monster trucks have been around in the UK for ages, but really just sort of as philax, if you like, just tagged on to the end of a county show or something, 1,500 heifers plus monster trucks. It didn't seem to me to be what I wanted to do with a monster truck. Obviously, with my contacts across in America, I'd seen that monster truck racing was very much a sport on the up. And once I started talking to people about the fact that we could set up a racing event for these monster trucks, that's when Ian and I got together and formed MTR Promotions, which logically stands for Monster Truck Racing Promotions. And we set about organising the first European Racing Championship, and this is our 4th season, and it just grows from strength to strength. The field grows every year, the number of events grow every year, the attendees at every event just grow every year. Media interest, such as yourselves, grows every year, so we think we're on the right path. Only time will tell for sure, but it's certainly better. I mean, when you've got 1,500, 2,000 horsepower and there's 2 of them on the starting line and they're going flat out, hell for leather, down a drag strip if you like, but there's 24 crush cars in the way and a 180-degree bend to get round, that's adrenaline on a whole different scale. The extreme sports event here at the Hot Farm. Hot Farm is one of our favourite venues. We come back every year with the Monster Truck Racing event, and it was the logical place for us to start with this extreme event. The team here are very supportive, the facility is excellent, and I just about love every sport that's here. I wish I was probably 5 stone lighter so I could take part in some of them, and I'd love to do a backflip on a motorbike, but that's never going to happen. But in terms of a first event of this nature, I think it's been a fabulous success. The attendance is above what we expected. The weather's certainly helped. First sunny weekend of 2006, so that can't be overlooked. But no, it's fabulous. Talking to everybody from trade standards to other people taking part in the event to some of the attendees and guests, they're all having a great time. What more could you want?
That brings us to the end of this review of the Extreme Sports Show from the Hop Farm Country Park in Kent. Judging by the crowds, it has been a great success, helped by some glorious weather. The crowds have enjoyed some spectacular demonstrations, as well as having an opportunity to try it for themselves. And what the teams have shown is that although these sports have an element of danger, by approaching their chosen discipline with safety in mind, you can have a lot of fun. And despite the bad press, mini bikes are not always the menaces to society that they are often made out to be. This is the first time that the Hop Farm has hosted an event like this, and so let's hope they will have been sufficiently encouraged to host the event again. It's a great opportunity to showcase the exciting world of extreme sports.